Oh boy. Okay, alright. So, I woke up not so long ago, and there's this massive outrage in the community regarding a certain character that we're going to talk about in just a sec. Now, last night we got the Choose Your Legend 6 winners revealed. We got their kits, we got their artworks, and all that good stuff. I made a video about it, then I went to bed. And then I woke up, and all of a sudden everyone's just upset about what happened to Tiki. So we're going to talk about that today. Now, first and foremost, Adult Tiki was the winner of the female division for Choose Your Legend 6. So that's pretty awesome of a feat in itself. Look at this. She nearly doubled the amount of votes that Byleth got. And this is 3 houses we're talking about. Tiki nearly doubled the amount of love we got for 3 houses. That's quite a feat. Because it feels like the past couple of years, Insys has acted like 3 houses is the only Fire Emblem game they ever made. Right? So I'm already way past the point of 3 houses burnout. So I'm very glad that Tiki was able to win. And Adult Tiki no less, right? So in Fire Emblem Heroes, if you guys play the game, you'll know that we have quite a few Tiki alts. However, there's quite a lot of bias going on here. So we have the 2 base versions. We have Young Tiki and we have Adult Tiki. We're not going to count those because they just introduced the character into the game. Although I will say the Young Tiki also has a resplendent alt that the Adult Tiki does not. So a little bit of favoritism there. So we have a summer alt for Young Tiki and we have one for the Adult Tiki. Pretty good artwork, by the way. We got a lovely dragon there with 3 melons on display. So I'm down with that. But see, the thing is, this is the only alt that Adult Tiki has ever gotten. Meanwhile, we have a legendary alt for the Young Tiki. We have a fallen alt for the Young Tiki. And then we have a harmonic alt for the Young Tiki. So it's complete favoritism, man. They act like Adult Tiki is a second-class citizen, whereas Young Tiki is the best thing since sliced bread. If we're counting crossovers, we have Dragalia Lost had Young Tiki as a crossover character, and we also have Young Tiki in Tokyo Mirage Sessions. So, dude, Tiki, specifically Young Tiki, is one of the more beloved characters in the Fire Emblem series. Japan just adores her, right? And for good reason. Young Tiki was one of the more popular characters for sure. She has a lot of story significance, whereas the Adult Tiki really doesn't. I'm going to come clean and admit that, guys. Adult Tiki really didn't do anything of importance in Awakening, whereas Young Tiki was quite pivotal to the story, and we all love that she calls Marth Marmar and like all the cute things. I love her British accent as well in Fire Emblem Warriors. It's just really adorable. So I like Young Tiki equally as much as I like the Adult Tiki. I don't really care either way. Last night I probably sounded more upset than I actually was, given my reaction to it. But the truth of the matter is, the reason why I was upset is because I wanted this to be Adult Tiki's chance to get some limelight. And it feels like a slap in the face that they managed to take Adult Tiki, who was the winner, and just completely spin it in a way that Young Tiki is the one carrying the show and getting all the shine. So that's a little messed up to me. I feel like they should have given Adult Tiki a chance here and given her some other possible costume she could have wore. If we go over here, we can actually take a look. This guy here, Super Dummy Blue, has posted a bunch of possible alternate costumes she could have had. So first up, we have Bantu there. I actually would have been pretty okay with this, not gonna lie. Like, Tiki all cloaked up like she's Gandalf or like some kind of ancient mystic. I would have liked that. And of course, Bantu's got the drip on that cloak with the dragon design right on the sleeve there. I really like Bantu's art, even though he's a 3-star demote. So I think they could have did some good justice to a Bantu-based Tiki. Alright, then we have Young Mart there. They probably wouldn't have gone with Young Marth as the option. Probably would have been Adult Marth, if anybody. But it would have been really cute to see Tiki cosplaying as Marth, because they have a very close bond together, and it would have really broken the mold. Honestly, can you imagine like a sword version of Tiki, where she's using Falchion as her weapon, as opposed to them being very boring and making her another infantry breath bait unit? I think this would have been pretty pog, honestly, if we got something like this. Alright, here's another option. This is probably more in line with what they would have done. So we have Adult Marth with Tiki cosplaying as. She's got the Fire Emblem there. She has the falchion sword. I think this would have been pretty good as well. And then finally, we have Tiki cosplaying as Naga, which I think this actually would have been the best concept. This makes the most sense to me because, of course, if you guys are familiar with the lore, Naga is Tiki's mommy. So cosplaying as Mommy Dearest, that's fine in my books. And that leaves them open to do a whole lot of really cool things with her as a unit. Because Naga has the support where she gives allies effective against dragons. And now on her refine, she even gives them guaranteed follow-ups and a whole bunch of other stuff. So it would have been really cool to see like a support unit Tiki as Naga, dressed up as Naga, and then doing things like that. I thought that would have been really interesting and unique. But they just played it safe. They went with young Tiki as the character choice because they know young Tiki sells. They know people love young Tiki, so why not just shoehorn young Tiki in as a possible winner there? So that's all fine and dandy. Now this, on the other hand, is not okay. So Peneko R, the artist that drew the Brave Tiki alt that you see here, I have no complaints with the art, by the way. The art is phenomenal. I think it's really good. Both her attack art, her special attack art, her base art, her neutral art, the injured art, I think it's all really good. The colors are great. They managed to do a pretty good job of having young Tiki's outfit work with the adult Tiki. So I'm not complaining about that. I just think they didn't have to shoehorn young Tiki in here again, is what I'm trying to say. Right? But people are getting upset over this guy. Like, why? It's not his fault. He's not the one that decided to draw young Tiki's outfit on adult Tiki. He was commissioned by intelligence systems to draw this. They told him what to draw, and he's just following directions. So for him to get harassment and negative DMs and like death threats or whatever they're doing to him, it's just so messed up, man. Like, you got nothing better to do with your life than to harass some guy on Twitter? Come on now. Treat others the way you would like to be treated. This is really disappointing that this happened to him. Yeah, I agree 100%. Let's upvote that. Oh, actually I can't because I have to sign in. I've not signed into Reddit in years, so let's not bother doing that. Yeah, man, I don't understand why they would just harass this guy for basically nothing. Tolu Dude says, saw this coming a mile away. Why do people think artists and VAs have more control over these decisions than they actually do? It's like the people that shout at cashiers because the price of something rises. Yeah, exactly. The cashier, or in this case, Peneko R, the artist, has nothing to do with this decision. He just drew what they commissioned him to draw. They told him what to do, and like a good artist, he did it. And for people to get mad at this guy, he's also one of the better artists in the game, too. Peneko has some really good artwork in Fae. So, this is really wrong, man. Don't get mad at him. It's not his fault. If you sent him a harassing DM, recant your statements, please. Apologize to the man. On my behalf, I'm telling y'all. Please do that on my behalf. Okay, this post over here by Big Afro Man is showing a little bit of a support conversation between Lucina and Adult Tiki. Now, this one's kind of funny because basically Lucina tried to get Tiki to wear her younger self's outfit, and this is what happened, right? So here's Lucina saying, I was so focused on faithfully recreating the outfit you wore in the past. I suppose I failed to anticipate how silly children's clothes would look on an adult. And then here is Tiki just completely appalled, right? Silly? I think that was a far cry from just silly, Lucina. Did you never stop to wonder how I would even fit into clothes that small? Well, given some love to Peneko here, he managed to do it pretty well. I think he pulled it off pretty well. It's just, again, we wanted adult Tiki to get the shine there and not young Tiki. Okay, so also, what else happened here? Lucina said, I was just... Wait, no, that's not where we were. We were over here, right? I'm so sorry, although it was you who decided to force your way into them anyway. And then Tiki's like, what was that? With an eyebrow raised, I would imagine. That's... Lucina's being a bad girl there. She's trying to flip the blame from herself onto Tiki when she's the one that wanted to see it in the first place. You bad girl, Lucina. All right, regardless, this it just goes to show that Tiki really, adult Tiki anyway, doesn't really want anything to do with young Tiki's outfit. So, kind of funky that they decided to do that. All right, here's another thing here, right? So, I guess we can get into a little bit of a canon discussion now. I don't know if you want to count Cypher as canon or anything, or even a support conversation as being canon. But here we have adult Tiki wearing young Tiki's clothes. And, I mean, they've drawn from Cypher art before. It's not like Fire Emblem Heroes completely ignores everything Cypher does, right? They have borrowed concepts and ideas from Cypher before. So this could be seen as another instance of them doing that. And we have here adult Tiki, of course. So this guy here, Quaid Reduhark, says, seriously, guys, come on. Why did they base Tiki's appearance on her younger self? It makes no sense. And then he's got Will Smith showing off the Cypher art right there. I'm not saying this made no sense. From a financial perspective, this makes perfect sense. Like, why would they not do this if they're trying to make money? They know young Tiki is a more popular and more capable character of raking in money. So that's, of course, why they did it. I'm not blind to that concept. However, going back to the number of alts, we only have one for adult Tiki. We wanted another one, and this was her big chance to get it, and they just managed to turn it into another young Tiki alt, it feels like. So that's why we're mad. That's why a lot of people are mad, me included. I'm not really like mad, but more so disappointed, I would say, I guess. So yeah, this is not a debate about canon or anything like that. I don't care about the support conversation. I don't really care about Cypher. What we wanted when we voted for adult Tiki to win was another alt for her and her alone. Instead, we got another alt for young Tiki, or I guess you could say it's like 50-50 young Tiki and adult Tiki, which is not right. So there you guys go. Let's take a look at this one final tweet or Reddit reply before we hop out of here. I had Twitter pulled up. I was going to look at some Twitter comments, but I don't know. Maybe we got enough salt in this video already, so let's abstain. So Churrozard says, adult child, I just think Tiki is neat. Yes. At the end of the day, this is the concept you need to take into account, guys. It's... Oh, got a phone call. All right, ignore my phone call, guys. My bad. I got people trying to see where I'm at. But, yeah, at the end of the day, this is the message I want to spread. Tiki is Tiki. We got another alt for Tiki. If you're a fan of Tiki, if you like this concept, then more power to you, man. I'm not out here trying to disrespect anyone's shine. You got something you liked? That's awesome, man. I'm very happy for you. I just wanted to make this video to show people why people are actually mad and try to give a bit of a better explanation to it. You can't really explain this one away with, oh, look, it happened before, it's in the Cypher art, or, oh, look, it happened before and she didn't like it. I don't think any of these things here have any sort of relevance on this decision whatsoever. They just did it because it would sell, and I'm sure it's gonna. So that's all for today, guys. Sorry if this one was really ranty and preachy, but whatever. That's what we got to do for a video like this. Oh, before we close out, by the way, I just want to bring this up as well. We have female Byleth who won here. This is pretty obviously the time skip Byleth with the green hair and the Sothis representation and all of that. But it was actually the pre-time skip Byleth, the one that has the blue hair. And a lot of people have brought up that she still doesn't have Sublime Creator Sword, while we have a ton of Tome alts already for Byleth. So, yeah, it's not like Tiki's the only safe choice that they did here. They played it safe on basically all of these units. I predicted what they were all going to be before even watching the Fate channel. So, a little disappointed, but at the end of the day, they are a company. They're trying to make money, so they're going to do what's going to make them money, guys. So that's all for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. This is your boy Tacho signing out. So take care, and I'll catch y'all again on the flip side.